battles that could shake US trade policy, a new round of tariff threats with global implications, and the tech giant Apple navigating tricky waters as it unveils its latest iPhone. We'll also go deeper into a thought to US-India trade tensions and what that means for the world economy. Welcome to Finance Pulse, and here are the top headlines of the day. Let's begin with Washington, where the Supreme Court has stepped directly into the tariff debate. The court has agreed to fast-track a high-stakes case challenging President Trump's tariffs. Oral arguments are now set for early November, which is unusually swift for a case of this magnitude. The stakes are high. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has warned that the US might have to refund nearly half of the tariff revenues collected if the court decides the president overstepped his authority. That could mean billions in repayments and ripple effects across industries already squeezed by trade uncertainty. From the courtroom to geopolitics, President Trump is once again turning to tariffs as a tool of pressure. This time, he's floated the idea of sweeping new duties on China and India. According to officials familiar with the discussion, Trump told European leaders the US would impose tariffs if the EU did the same, a coordinated strategy aimed at forcing Vladimir Putin to the negotiating table over Ukraine. But Europe remains divided, with countries like Hungary resisting tougher sanctions on Russia's energy sector. The proposal underscores how tariffs have become central to Washington's foreign policy, not just its economic playbook. Meanwhile, in Cupertino, Apple is facing its own tariff challenge. At its annual product launch, the company unveiled a new lineup of iPhones, including a slimmer model called the iPhone Air, priced at $999. What caught Wall Street's attention was not just the new design or upgraded processor, but Apple's decision to hold prices steady despite tariff pressures. Analysts had speculated the company might pass higher costs on to consumers, particularly in storage-heavy models. Instead, Apple appears to be absorbing the impact, a move designed to keep demand strong as global smartphone sales remain under pressure. And now to our deep dive. After months of tension, US President Donald Trump and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi are signaling a more conciliatory tone on trade. Both leaders expressed optimism about reaching a deal, calling it a chance to unlock the limitless potential of the US-India partnership. This comes after a turbulent summer marked by tariffs and diplomatic friction. In August, Washington hit additional duties on Indian imports in retaliation for New Delhi's continued purchases of Russian oil. That pushed total tariffs on Indian goods to as high as 50%, some of the steepest in the world. The move strained ties further, especially after Modi appeared alongside Vladimir Putin and Xi Jinping at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization summit in China. Trump had publicly lashed out, calling trade relations with India a one-sided disaster, demanding deeper concessions, particularly on agricultural and dairy markets. New Delhi pushed back, saying such steps would harm millions of poor farmers. Yet in the past week, the tone shifted. Trump used his social media platform to call Modi a good friend and said there was nothing to worry. Modi responded in kind, stressing that negotiations were moving forward and both sides would remain engaged in the coming weeks. At the heart of this debate lies India's balancing act, securing affordable energy through Russian crude while trying to deepen its trade partnership with the US. For Washington, the challenge is pressuring Moscow without driving New Delhi further into Beijing's orbit. For India, it's about protecting its domestic markets while expanding its global footprint. The broader question is whether these conciliatory words will translate into a meaningful breakthrough. If the two leaders can find common ground, it could stabilize a relationship that is crucial not only for trade, but also for geopolitics. But with tariffs still looming and oil imports still unresolved, the road ahead is far from simple. That's all in Finance Pulse for today. Follow the Finance 360 for more updates.